Hello and welcome
Or
again to
change
another
anything.
episode of Dork Tales. This is generic fantasy setting number 17735. I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly, and tonight I am joined by my players. Why don't we start from the bottom and work our way up with our most left-wing... our most left-wing...
You're gonna try that?
I was gonna try it. It didn't work. Yo, what up, Zeno?
Yo, 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 it's your boy Zeno here, and I am played by Mike, and I am everyone's favorite half-elf ranger with a royalty complex.
Mike, you lost a point of inspiration and gained a point of inspiration at the same time.
Hashtag nobility complex.
Hashtag YOLO.
Woo!
Hashtag Yoko, you only crit once.
Oh
All
boy.
right.
I don't
Yobo.
deserve to live anymore.
All right, let's go to Tiefling Central.
Hey, that's me. It's Winter. I play Mars, the Tiefling Rogue. Excited to be back again tonight.
Let's go mean and green.
So clearly not me, because I'm not mean.
Okay.
Okay, Elphaba.
Yeah. All right, defying gravity is...
I'm Amy, and I'm playing Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid.
All right, and finally, our shortstop.
Funnily enough, that's actually what I played in baseball all the time, was shortstop.
Yeah, 'cause you're pretty quick.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I play Malia Sunsworn, the Dwarven Tempest Cleric of Vela.
All right, so, and of course, as well, so I will also be playing from time to time, of course, all of the NPCs in the game, but also our NPC-PC tag-along, the Dragon Girl Farah, who you probably heard about in the introductory sequence. So if you haven't been watching, don't forget, though, there is a huge backlog of episodes where you can figure out what the hell is going on, but the real short story is that upon finding Edagon the Wise, the characters set about on a journey to recover all three of the Eyes of Nirn, one of which was shattered by Mars, good job Mars, and the other two which are presumably in one piece. To find one of these, Edagon sent them on a quest across the ocean to a place called Apesh, a desert landscape that is being blighted by a curse of living sand that is slowly sweeping across the continent and consuming everything in its wake. The characters arrived there, went on some adventures, met up with a bard who'd wished himself into royalty and his genie companion, and boarded a giant sand steam crawler. Steamed sand crawler? Steamed ham crawler? I'm not sure exactly what we should go with here. But basically,
Steam crawler.
it's an Albany expression. Wouldn't expect you to understand it.
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis, at this time of year, at this part of Elos, localized entirely inside of your subdomain.
Steamed ham.
Entirely inside of Edagon's kitchen.
I mean, would you be surprised? I would.
Can I see it? No.
No.
All right. So you guys are aboard the Stormhammer, which reminds me I should get my Stormhammer notes because they are in the exploded notebook. I still can't believe that I noted so hard my notebook exploded. If you guys don't believe that, check our Instagram. There's photos of me flipping a page and the entire thing just going... It's pretty great. There we go. The Stormhammer, which is an ancient dwarven warship that had been retrofitted to become a passenger liner across the Jamoran Sea of Living Sand.
It detonated.
A steamed ham crawler. Homer yelling nerd gif. Oh, thank you, Jada Spry. I needed that. All right. So, last session, y'all ended... can you remind me where we ended?
Mars killed someone.
Oh yes,
yeah.
you killed someone in. Let's drop in and show the chat the landscape. So,
yeah. Mars killed someone, and we had just
We got back to the
again.
ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just went back to the ship. So you moved from Temok City to Selin and are on the rougher part of your voyage, where you're aboard the steamed ham crawler. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Cal. I did forget. So you're traveling from Selene to Capsudet. And why don't we just begin? You've been traveling aboard the Stormhammer for another day after your departure from Selene. You've had a fairly relaxing time, and the relaxation and boredom mixed together of being trapped in small, confined rooms, going out and there are some activities, but the more you're on this, the more you're realizing that the luxury seems completely reserved to your quarters and to the food and drink that you're offered. Honestly, it could be worse after some of the adventures you've had. And
So we're bored. We're really bored.
You're probably getting pretty bored. Here we go. That's right.
Dangerous for us.
And boredom has interesting side effects. Now, can I get Tia and Mars to both give me a perception roll?
Sure. Oh, where's my thing for rolling dice? There it is.
Your dice?
It is gonna eat it.
No. The inside out, the bottom of a puzzle box.
Oh, yeah, that works too, because I have your dice roller here.
Ow.
I know.
Ow.
You do. And it fits like right on the edge of my desk when I push my keyboard back, so. Yeah. It's a perfect system. The perception or what?
Just both of you give me a perception roll. You rolled a 1?
Oh, I rolled a 3. So
Oh my god.
10 total. We're starting off strong.
Woo!
So,
Capsy strong.
all of you do have a free point of inspiration for the night, just letting you know.
Okay.
But as you're repacking, coming back from Selene that first night, right before you actually set off again toward Capsidet, Mars, you went in having just murdered a man, having just washed the blood off of your blades and restored them with a couple of the attendants in the slots underneath your bed, putting all of your equipment away yet again.
And the stuff that I bought.
And the stuff that you bought, yep, hiding that. The jam, yep.
Ooh, the jam.
And then one thing, Winter, since you're using a Yeti now, the only thing I would really suggest is keep it a little closer to you when you're using it.
Let me just move it right now.
Yeah, if you keep it closer, it's designed to pick up a lot of room noise.
Okay.
So
Is that a bit better?
That is much better. You're much clearer. You were having the same problem that we realized Christina had been having a little bit. Is that when it's about this far back, when it's more than a foot back, it picks up room tone.
Okay.
So you should always risk punching it when you try to grab your coffee.
It's a good thing the coffee's on the other side.
Yeah. Which one are you drinking?
Anyways.
Have you tried one of the ones?
I haven't tried any of the new stuff yet. I'm just having a Coke Zero.
All right, not sponsored. Would be sponsored. All right. As you're coming back from Selene, you reload your things, and Mars, you're not paying attention at all. But Tia, as you are watching Mars put some things away, you will hear one of the attendants at the end of the hall speaking with Grimman.
Now that's the author, right?
That is the archaeologist.
Oh, okay.
The little halfling archaeologist. So to remind you, you are sharing.
Yeah, he's the archaeologist who's writing a book about his findings.
Yes.
Is what I have written down.
Absolutely. So for those of you at home, there are 7 people staying in tight quarters. Pardon me. There are 5 people and the player characters. There is Jeffrey Westcott, a human attendant of Deaton Van S, a merchant who has purchased the wealthiest spot in this luxury cabin. Emerald Lyodon, the elf, who you haven't really dealt with much, but you'll find more about her if you'd like. Umir Bel Iskam, or Umir Bel if you want to go quick, who is a noble. And Grimman Glenfellow, who is a halfling archaeologist. And I mentioned race. If I didn't mention race, they're human, probably. They're default standard boring. All right. As you're in the hallway, you can hear them just talking about something. Are you sure there's nothing you can do? I'm sorry, sir. I know you tried to broach this once before when the vessel set off from Temok, but unfortunately, it would be a bit beyond my power to ask any moving at this point. Are you sure I can't make it worth your while? I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid it's just simply too late.
Sorry, who does it sound like he's talking to?
One of the attendants.
Okay.
He's talking to a man in his early 30s who is just wearing the typical red attendant uniform. One of the attendants is in your room right now, one of the bellhops, and it seals away Mars's weapons under the bed. Ma'am, Miss Armstrong, do you have anything that you need to stow before I leave?
I don't think so. You already grabbed my scimitar.
Yes, I did, ma'am. But nothing that you brought out for traveling through Selene?
I don't think she really brought anything with her.
Good. Well, if you didn't bring anything with you, then fantastic. Well, we will do one more security sweep in an hour. So if you find anything that you've forgotten, please let us know.
Of course.
Thank you very much. And with that, they depart from your cabin. By the time that exchange is over, you hear Grimmon's door shut next to yours.
Weird.
Now, is there anyone in particular that you'd want to be spending time with, meeting, hanging out with, just drinking with Farah? Like, what's your plan?
Drinking with Farah.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
All right.
Hanging out.
It's the next night when you are in... Oh, pardon me. You left around dusk. So, yeah, it's the next night as you're well into the sand wastes. And you're all drinking at one of the dining tables inside of the dining hall. The five of you all clustered up nice and tight. And what would you be talking about? What would you be discussing?
I think Malia would probably ask some questions to get Farah talking about, I don't know, anything about her childhood, stories that she knew. Not necessarily asking personal things, but right, to get more of a sense of...
What kind of stories do you want to hear?
I don't know, what sort of, like, fairy tales were you told? Myth? Religious?
Yes.
Bedtime stories?
Bedtime stories. It's been a long time since I've thought about bedtime stories. There was one that I remember, which was long, long ago, when Elos was new and fresh and had just been rolled out of the stardust. A whistle breaks the silence. Never gonna get used to that. When Elos had been rolled out of stardust by the gods, the first dragons came to the world through the barren wastes of darkness beyond the sky. They had flown there because they had heard the music of the gods working. And the gods allowed them to live on the planet, but only if they could give something complimentary. I'm trying to remember the line. It was, though you may live on the world that we have created, you must pull... Something like you must pull your weight. You must put in what you give. You must... Or it was... There are like two different versions of this. One where it was like an equivalency exchange, and one where it was like you guys have a trickster god, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we had one as well, called Romartin. Romartin was this kind of, depending on who you ask, he was either a green dragon or a copper dragon. His copper gets kind of green. And his whole thing was that he could trick anybody out of anything. And in the fun version of the story, he bet the gods that they could create a world of their own to pair with to pair with Elos. And what it ended up being was they made a moon. Because the story. The moon's an egg? I don't remember how we get to this. I remember that Romarden stole an egg from something. It wasn't a dragon, it was something. Maybe it was one of the gods. Do the gods lay eggs? I don't think the gods lay eggs.
I have no idea.
Do your gods lay eggs?
I've never
Not as far
asked.
as I'm aware, but
Isn't there? But there is one god that seems to run around as an animal a lot, so maybe.
Soft?
Sometimes, apparently.
What?
Soft, no T.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how that one worked. Romarden, I'll see if I can remember. It's been a while. It's been a while. I don't know. What else? Talk about anything. Give me a drink.
When we first met you, when you were stuck in the amber, who was that was with you? Tell us a little bit about him.
I don't know his name.
The soldier? Was he a soldier? Your guard?
I know his family. I mean, the fact that there was still someone there is saying a lot. But,
So that person there wasn't necessarily standing there when you were.
Probably not. I think he was human. Or humanish.
I see.
What was your last memory before you were put to sleep?
My mother.
What did she say?
Allie's gonna nudge Mars and say, "Stop with the depressing memories."
I think I need another drink.
Drink.
I'll be right back. And she gets up and heads to the bar to grab another drink. That was a lot of water to drink right now. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Chug, chug, chug.
Acting! As she gets up and heads to the bar, you'll hear a sweet voice right behind your ear, Xena. Excuse me. Would you mind if I join you?
He'll turn around.
It's that slightly tired but very lovely looking woman, the elf that's in your in your quarters area, Emerald.
Emerald.
You look like you're all having a lot of fun. Do you mind if I join you?
Don't think we'd mind at all.
Allie will indicate, pull up a chair, sit down.
Xena will shuffle to the side a bit. And...
She'll slide into the spots next to you. She has a small drink in her hand. It looks like something made out of the Goodberry gin. You can smell it wafting on the air and on a little bit on her breath. Her lips are painted a bright, shining purple, and her hair is kind of up in this very elaborate elven updo. Because elves and hairstyle are just they have way too much time on their hands.
Yeah, a little bit.
So what are you all talking about?
History.
Whatever comes to mind, really. We were talking a bit about myth,
Stories.
history, old stories.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have any interesting ones?
Darling, I'm I'm an actress. I have tons of stories.
Excellent.
From
Cool,
some of
Mars
the
is
greats.
too.
You're an actress.
Oh God. Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far.
Mhm.
I mean, she was in a movie.
A what?
I don't. Oh, has that not made it over here?
Probably
Is that what
not.
he called it?
Maximilian's Eye.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the troubadours are having a field day with that monstrosity. Being able to save a performance? Oh, great. Why not just sell our jobs right to the goblins? And you were involved in that?
No, Mars was. I wasn't.
Hmm. Well, you do have the cheekbones for it.
So, where are you
Anyway,
Where am I from?
from? Yeah.
All over. All over. I most recently made some appearances down in the Port Echidna Sellers Opera House.
the
It's,
Echidna Cellars?
Port Echidna. It's just a city in the southern hemisphere.
Oh. Heard it about
They-
it a couple times.
The Sellers Opera House is quite famous. I'm
Oh,
surprised that.
Cellus. Okay. Sorry. I heard cellars and was very confused why you would put an opera house in a cellar.
No, it's quite magnificent. I was there doing a significant performance as excuse me. As,
You all right?
This gin is irritating my sinuses a bit. She'll slide it toward the middle of the table. I was doing a performance of of Marielda. You don't know Marielda?
No, I can't say I.
Do I know it?
Make me a history roll. Anybody who thinks they might know that, make me a history roll.
I
you
wasn't
get?
paying attention, I guess. I got a
What'd you-
5.
5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you missed that lesson.
I missed that lesson.
I'm more interested in her drink.
17.
So Marielda is the story of a woman who gives up her crown to fall in love with a peasant man, only to find that the man has died off at war and that she's given up everything for nothing. It's total opera, just over the
Oh, yeah.
top.
Absolutely.
Right, that one.
And of course, he dies trying to conquer her country, and it's just this whole thing. It's everything for some dude. Okay, cool. Just leave that in my notes there.
Fair enough.
So, Mars, while you're looking at her drink, go ahead and make me an investigation roll. Or a perception roll if you're just trying to detect little hints of what's there.
So investigation, I rolled a 19 plus 3.
Fantastic. So taking a quick look at it, you can see that there is the quick smell. It is goodberry gin. It's mixed with a bit of it looks like it's mixed with a bit of wine from the looks of it.
Wine?
Yeah.
Gin and wine.
It's a weird combination, especially because it seems like it's a very, very sharp scent. You think that with that...
Does it
it's-
look like at all that there's some sort of separation or a film?
There is a slight film on the side of the glass that she's drinking out of, and as you smell it, you can remember times where you've actually seen Zeno drinking this. Like, not the mixture, but the wine smells familiar. It's whenever he has a white, it's usually this type of more astringent, sharp, floral type of scent.
So not from around here.
No, well, no, definitely not from around here. This is not wine country.
No.
I don't know. I see so many grapes.
That's true. There are a lot of grapes.
Still, that's a weird mixture.
Pretty much, yeah. It seems kind of strange.
Yeah, I'll offer to get her a new drink since that one seems weird.
That would be wonderful, actually.
Yeah.
How about a glass of the gold goat mead? Just a small little taster.
Sure. Who was your server?
I just went up to the bar.
Oh, okay. You want the mead?
Sure, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much, Mars.
All right, and here, I'll take your glass with me.
Oh, well, thank you. She's really sweet. I'm sorry if I came on a little strong about the movie thing. It's just a little bit threatening for those in my line of work.
Oh,
I didn't mean it, though. You are very pretty.
Thanks. Don't mention it.
Don't mention that you're pretty? Okay.
Oh no, she
insist.
loves it when you mention that she's pretty.
Shut up, Zio.
Look, we all like hearing about our attributes, Mr. Right Wing.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, at this point, I just assumed that you would feel left out.
Why is that?
Because no one's told you how pretty you are in a while. But maybe it's just a little bit obvious.
I think he tells himself that every day when he looks in a mirror.
There's nothing wrong with being honest with yourself.
It is true. I tell it to myself enough that I make up for everybody else.
All right. So, tell me more about yourself, Mr. Right Wing. She'll say and turn her body toward you, kind of slanting just enough that actually the strap of her dress is going to start to, like, slink down her shoulder a tiny bit.
Oh god, Zeno's gonna end up with that, isn't he?
So while you were talking to her about your favorite subject, up at the bar, Mars, you approach the bartender, a fairly svelte dwarvish man, who's cleaning glasses with thick fingers and has his beard braided into basically French braided down the front to keep it out of the drinks.
All right.
Good evening. How are you doing, Mars?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing well. His name's Leo.
Leo?
Yeah.
Right. I would like to get a drink for a friend over at my table. She wanted the gold mead.
Well, I have some of that set aside. Do you want me to take that glass from you?
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm still nursing it.
Oh, sounds good. Let me know when you want something else.
Sure.
I don't want to inquire, but your friend, the one with the scales? She seemed a little upset. She came up here a moment ago and dropped off her glass and didn't really... It's not my place.
Yeah. It's been a long journey.
Mead.
Mead.
Do drink it slow, or tell your friend to drink it slow. It is. It does have a little bit of a bit of a potency to it.
Okay, and I would have been watching him as he made the drink as well.
He's really basic. As he's looking at you, though, you like. You like a sunny day too?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I really liked how you made this one, though. What's the secret?
No, it's a sunny day. So it's 1 part gin, 1 part a very strong elven white wine. It's normally... I'm surprised you like it.
Yeah, it's different. It's got a bit of a kick to it.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought. It's a little too floral for my liking. It makes my eyes water. I think the only people who can actually stand to drink it are elves.
Yeah.
And apparently tieflings. I'll keep that in mind for the future.
Yeah. Alright, thanks.
You're very welcome. Back at the table, Zeno, what are you talking about?
My family as I was growing up and all sorts of how I ended up on the road. Because my family's dumb, and I'm kind of dumb, and so we couldn't be around each other anymore.
That's fair. Well, a family is, it's good to have family.
It is true. I mean, I was able to use their points to get into a 4 elements.
Oh, the 4 elements is fantastic. I rarely stay at 4 elements, but I normally stay at Hilltop. That's
I mean, that's someone of your stature, I would imagine so.
Stop. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch your shoulder like that. Oh, my. You do a lot of exercises.
Hey,
I try.
Malia.
I try.
Leave them be. She'll
Actually,
kind of mumble off to the side.
I wanted to ask something. Have you had any run-ins with what's his name? Vanis Dieter. Dayton Von S, the merchant.
Have we even seen him?
You've heard him yell, and that's about it.
I've heard him yell.
Huh. Because he's staying right next to you, right? She gestures at you, Tia. And when Mars, you heading back to the table?
Mm-hmm.
So as you approach, she'll say, he's staying next to the two of you.
Yeah, supposedly.
Here's your
us-
drink.
Anything?
Oh, thank you so much.
And I'll take a drink of what she had in her glass.
It is it's like drinking potpourri.
Mm.
Can you make me a con save to not start just like watering?
Con save?
Con save.
I was a 14.
14. You're
Try
gonna
and
start
realize-
looking. You're gonna start looking like that meme of Michael Jordan. Just, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, just you're gonna be very watery-eyed, but otherwise fine. Someone's chopping onions here.
I love it.
It's like when you toss back like a shot of hard liquor without anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
You drink this beverage through your eye sockets. Well,
Sounds awful.
That does sound awful.
I would suggest you stay away from the man. He has quite a negative reputation.
I'd never even heard of him before.
Yeah, me neither.
He,
I
Have
don't think I've seen
we
him
heard
yet.
anything? Like, have
Yeah.
we encountered him at all?
What are we talking about?
Our neighbor.
Just gonna finish this drink.
Why are you trying? Mars!
What are you
are you
I
doing?
think the wine's gone off. You're braver than I am.
Yeah.
All you've heard of him is that he is quite reclusive, takes his meals in, and you've heard him verbally berate Jeffrey in the hall a few times.
Yeah. Jeffrey doesn't seem to be a huge fan.
No. Jeffrey does not seem to be a huge fan. Well, Jeffrey seems to be a loyal fan, at least.
Yeah.
As far as I understand, Deaton Von S normally goes by a different moniker when he's doing his real business. Moniker called the Scorpion. I don't know if you've heard of that. Mars, you may make... all of you can make me a history roll. Mars, you can have advantage.
Oof.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
5.
5? This is not your realm.
Apparently not. No.
18 altogether.
I'm too enamored by the elven actress.
That's true.
16.
16? The three of you have heard of various stories about this Scorpion character. Malia, you will have the most information come to your head immediately. The Scorpion was quite well known in your circle. Priestesses of Ayla have been told to keep a watch out for him and his organization. He is a slaver.
Ooh.
He is a slaver who supplies various members of the Black Spider with potent toxins, poisons, and it's probably the most impactful for you, Malia, because the leader of the dwarven communities on Thestorel 5 years ago, a woman named Lucretia Hilltop, was actually poisoned to death by someone that was using scorpion brand poison, that is. He also deals a lot with the pirates that are off the coast of Thestorel.
Mm-hmm.
Tia, that's probably you would have heard about him. It was an easy way that the pirates would occasionally do like coastside raids, and they would, if they couldn't sell at slave markets, they would easily be able to find a person to purchase them, and that person was always referred to as the Scorpion.
Mm.
And Mars, you know of him for obvious reasons. You actually have purchased poisons from his extended organization in the past, and you know that he is a protected person under the Black Spiders. He is not a member of the Black Spider Syndicate, but he is a protected associate.
Okay.
So nobody is supposed to just murder this guy.
So
He's too profitable.
Yeah, I'm curious from what I heard from the bartender, basically saying that only elves can really drink this concoction without it really affecting them, and it was affecting her. Can I do some sort of roll to see if I can pick out something about her that might show what she really is?
You can make me an insight roll.
Sweet.
Or investigation, if you're going physical versus social.
That was a 14. Investigation is my higher of the two, which would put me at 17.
Okay.
What was the other one?
Don't worry about it. It was that was the option. So looking her over,
Something that might give her away that she might have overlooked.
the only thing that you can see at all is that she just has a slight creasing next to her nose, right at the inner corners of her eyes, a slight wrinkle. But honestly, she could just be badly tanned. She could be all sorts of things. Besides that, the rest of her looks fine.
Just
Anyway.
kind of scanning.
I just wanted to let you know to be safe and be careful. It's so unfortunate that young boy that he has in his employ, that Jeffrey. Seems like such a nice young man.
Maybe they've got something on him.
I would not put it past the Scorpion to own Mr. Jeffrey. I should probably make my rounds and say hello to a few more people. I'm very sorry to leave on such a dour note. Mars, thank you very much for bringing me a drink, Mr. Right Wing. Perhaps before this voyage is over, we can discuss a potential performance for my theater troupe next time I'm in your neck of the woods.
That sounds fantastic.
I imagine that your parents would greatly appreciate a show in Avakara's throne room.
I'm sure they would. They're a sucker for that kind of thing.
You know, I might have a role for a surprise character if you ever wanted to visit and shake things up. We could have you pop out of a box at the end.
Oh, that would be phenomenal.
Come talk to me sometime before the rest of the voyage. And I'm very sorry, Miss Sunsworn. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I'm very sorry.
Not at all.
Thank you so much. And she will go and move and... Oh, Mr. Bell! It's a pleasure. Move to the next table and say hello.
Oh, thank goodness she's gone.
What did I miss? Farah slides down into the table.
Awkwardness.
But
So,
that's always
question.
here. Yes.
Would it seem odd to Malia that this actress would know what the real name of the scorpion was?
Maybe. But bards learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know, it just seems a bit odd, the conversation.
No, the whole conversation seemed very strange.
Fair enough.
Mars, where are you? You've been quiet. What's up?
So we'll say maybe a little. Maybe a little Molly.
I'm just getting bored of being on a boat.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's great. It's so relaxing and peaceful.
You grew up
There's
on boats.
nothing to do.
That's what makes it so nice.
I hate this. I haven't gone this long without doing something since I was 2.
I like not doing things.
You remember when
We
you were
know.
2?
No, I don't remember it.
I'm having
Sick.
trouble remembering fairy tales from when I was 100.
I mean, wasn't that kind of like when you were 2?
I don't know how does dragon memory work anyway?
I mean, it's pretty good. It was just, I probably wasn't paying attention. I was really, really more fixated on the funner stories.
What's
So-
the funner story?
Whoa. Yeah, no.
So Mars, how's that drink?
Why are you still drinking it? It looks
What is
obnoxious.
Xeno's gonna reach over and take a sip of it.
It tastes fine. It's a little strong. It's
So
tastes like-
I'll motion for everyone to come a bit closer.
Xeno, to you, it tastes like a very heavily oaked Chardonnay with an ice cube in it.
Okay.
Like something your grandma would drink.
Okay.
So
But otherwise, not that bad.
I mean, if you're under 300, I would suggest not drinking it, but
Yeah.
You don't care.
I don't. Yeah. Not
So-
my drink, but oh well.
So when I was talking to the bartender, he said that it was a mix of a wine and a gin.
doesn't sound good.
Mostly back from where we're from, it's more popular. But that it shouldn't be as hard to drink for elves as it is for everyone else.
To prove the point,
Hell.
Xeno's gonna take another drink and just be like, "Yeah."
So why was she
she
having such a reaction to it?
Exactly. And when I
It's
came back,
probably partly something else then.
when I got back, I took a closer look at her, and upon inspection, there was a slight imperfection, kind of like right in the corners of her eyes. Everything else seemed fine.
Like
But almost seemed
crusty?
like, not sure, or it could have been just
She might just be like a quarter human or something.
maybe.
Yeah, have you seen her ears? She's gonna flick your ears to you.
Ow! Don't
See,
do
look.
that.
That doesn't hurt. Does it hurt?
It's a little
They-
uncomfortable.
Are they really sensitive?
What? It shouldn't hurt.
It's a little
know.
weird. I don't like it. Please stop.
Farah leans over and grabs one of Xeno's ears and gives it a nice tug.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just being paranoid because I haven't had anything to do and all my stuff is locked up. But man, it was something for me to figure out, and I figured it out.
What'd you figure out?
That she's not all elf.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I'm not all orc.
Okay. Well, whatever.
So, when you said wrinkling, you mean out here, or?
It was like on the inside corners of the eyes, so it looked like it could have been a botched makeup job that just wasn't really well applied, or
Maybe
Do
she was
elves know?
aging.
it's covering something else to cover her features,
Maybe she's an ogre.
like a disguise kit. But that's just me being paranoid.
That is an odd spot to have. Professor
Yeah.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
But hey, that's just
be
me.
aware.
That's just my theory.
Zeno, if you
And
go
she's
back to her
probably
room,
just
be careful.
not-
I will.
Probably like half elf or something like that.
Does
Well,
this
I
hurt?
mean,
And Tia, Farah's going to lean in and
Oh
into your
god.
ear with like steamy hot breath. Like not sexually steamy, just very hot.
Dragon breath.
Yeah, a little bit of
Oh, do not do that! Ah! Farah!
Zeno's gonna reach over and grab one of Farah's ears and tug.
But before you guys go start touching my ears, I'm gonna walk away.
Ugh. Okay.
Malleas are protected by her hair.
Oh, nobody wants your square ears, Malia.
Squeers.
They're more round.
Did we literally just say that at the same time?
Are we? Does that make us best friends?
Yes.
Ugh, and she's
Can you
gonna
let
yank
go of
her
her
ear.
ears?
Ugh.
Oh my
Oh!
god, I'm surrounded by children.
Shut up, Mom.
Yeah, Mom. Go back to the room if you don't want it.
I don't know what's happening.
We're on a
Alright.
boat.
So Mars, are you headed back to the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tia's gonna follow after a
You don't
second.
tell me to go to my room. Only I go to my room.
All right. You'll hear doong doong doong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain speaking. We're beginning our approach into the Jamoran Sea of Sand. Please mind your step and use railings when at all possible. This might get bumpy. We'll notify you if a sandstorm warning is indicated on our instruments. Pleasant sailings. Voodoo.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah.
Is there like an outside deck on the top of this boat?
On the deck beneath where you are, yeah.
Okay.
The deck beneath where you are staying, yes.
Okay. Well, if you're going back to your room, I'm going down to check out us going into the Sea of Sand, because that sounds cool. I'm going outside.
All right.
It's gonna be sand. More sand and more sand.
Yeah,
All right.
Here
may as
in
well,
the back of your mind.
may as well go outside.
All right. So,
Valia will follow along for nothing better to do.
all right. So, as you are following along, Mars, I'll be with you in just 1 second. I'm going to follow them real quick. Tia, what are you and Farah doing? Tia, you were leaving or you were staying?
Tia was leaving. Tia was gonna, if they said like, but mom type thing, Tia's like, I'm out. I don't want to be surrounded by children. She's gonna go back to the room.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, Mali and Zeno, you step out into the main deck and can hear the swirling of sand. In front of you, you can see in the moonlight, as it is about an hour past dusk at this point. The moon is high in the sky, forming a three. It's a waxing gibbous, basically shaped like this, with the lower chunk missing over the horizon as the moon rises, like almost looking kind of like a goat's eye, casting this pale yellow light over the horizon. And that's when you get your first look at this. Your dark vision's what will actually help you here. And for a moment, Zeno, you are back on the bow of a ship, sailing back from a fishing catch or from a visitation to some of your distant relatives. The sand flows like water. It moves with a tidal velocity, crashing. And in the distance, you can see a wave of sand rise from the ground nearly 100 meters tall and smash down with the force of a hurricane. The railing in front of you is going to vibrate violently. One of the crew members is walking around. You can see that all the crewmen out here, there are a number of very thick iron cables or steel cables or some type of metal cable that is like hugging the sides of the buildings, and each one of the crew members has a harness around their waist with a clip and are walking around, occasionally having to do, you'll actually notice they use 2 clips, and when they come to a place where the wire is secured, they have to remove one, clip over, and then clip over. As you step out, one of them will approach you, a dwarven woman in her early 200s. Excuse me! Guests, if you're going to watch this, we'll need to get you a harness!
Okay.
Okay.
What are you, like a... I don't know what elf sizes are! You? I'll get you a medium! She points at you, Malia.
Okay.
Probably a small.
We have a lot more dwarf sizes! Hold on! And she'll open one of the compartments next to you. And start fixing, basically a harness that goes between your legs and around your hips.
Yeah.
Tightens it around you. You're gonna want to clip this! Always
I will
one
copy
clip.
what they were doing.
Never have both clips off! Both clips off are both hands off. You can't hang on with no hands, right? Here, this might help you
Clip
too.
on.
And she'll reach in and pull out a pair of glass goggles.
Ooh.
I noticed that you're premiums. Just drop those off with any crew member when you're done.
Thanks.
Sounds good.
They'll
Will do.
keep the sand out, but besides that, they don't do anything.
Okay.
And she'll wave and head off. And with that, you'll be able to see very well out here. The sand buffeting the sides of the goggles. But otherwise, it's quite an awe-inspiring view. In the distance, as the moon rises a bit further, and you can see the light shimmering down, it's actually coming down in patches, like coming down through foliage, but it's not foliage overhead. It's sand raining down. It's... The only way to describe what this would look like is if this desert were inside of a snow globe that was shaken rapidly.
That's weird.
Yeah. The sand falls, and it's going to get in your hair and your clothing. And what's the most disturbing thing of all is even as it's falling on you, it's different temperatures. Some of it is ice cold. Some of it is recently thrown up from the ground, which still had maintained its heat, and comes down slightly above body temperature. A little too warm, but will quickly cool to your body temperature when it touches you. It's this strange hot and cold sensation as you are stuck in this geological nightmare. It buffets the sides of the ship, and Zeno, your ears are going to start to hurt a little bit from hearing the sound of hundreds and hundreds of pads of sandpaper scratching against the metal hull.
Ow, my elfin hearing.
It's true. Malia, you're going to really respect how much dwarven soundproofing they put on the inside of this thing.
This is really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And you are going to watch that amazing sight. Meanwhile, inside of the cabin, Mars, you have a head start on Tia. You make your way up into your little cabin area. You'll hear the second that you enter. And looking up, you will see Umir Bel Iskam.
In my room?
Sorry?
In my room?
No, you're in the main corridor, the luxury cabin area.
Okay.
He is pounding on the door of Deaton Van Ness. Mr. Van Ness, I do require a meeting with you. This has gone on long enough. I wish to discuss with you. I wish to discuss with you the thing that you're carrying with you. The Tomb of Necessiphus.
I tried to kind of like...
Give me a stealth roll.
Yeah. I didn't know what I could hide behind, but like, yeah, I'll stealth.
You can't see me.
I was 24.
Close your eyes.
24?
They can't see
All
you.
right.
You can't see them. They can't see you.
24.
24?
Mhm.
All right. As you hide by the front door, you can hear the sounds of their conversation through Deaton's closed door. Umibel, we have nothing to discuss. Xenophus is in my possession, and I will transport it as I will see fit. It is not an it. Xenophus is my great-great-great-great-grandfather. You possess his body, and you possess his blade. The Xenophic blade is a ritual treasure. I wish to discuss purchasing it from you. With that, you'll hear the door crack. And at this point, Tia is going to approach. Tia, you'll be able to see that Mars is stealthing and listening in outside of the door. Can you make me a stealth roll? With advantage
sure.
because Mars is helping you.
Help you, Mars.
Well, 14.
14? All right, you're going to
I
hide...
The exact same thing on both, so.
You're going to hide decently well. All right. So with that, you'll be able to hear the door open, Mars. And Tia, you're going to kind of get a sense of this. You're actually going to see Deaton Van Ness for the first time. He's a tall human man with black hair that looks like it's probably dyed. You can see a little bit of gray creeping in at the temples. He wears his facial hair in a sharp, well-trimmed mustache and Van Dyke, which is very, very sharp. Almost to a spike. He has deep, heavy-lidded eyes, and you imagine that in his youth, he must have been quite the soulful lady killer, but he's pushing about 50 now.
Literal lady killer?
You know what? They never confirmed it. But now he looks very, very tired. He's wearing a vest and slacks and a white shirt that's rolled up to his elbows, and you can see a number of different tattoos lining the tanned skin of his forearms. Well, if we're talking a price, come inside, but I don't expect to budge. I'm sure that I can make you change your mind. Many have tried. And they both enter the room, and he shuts the door. Behind them both, that is.
He's just gonna
Yeah, I'll just
head to the room.
yeah, I'll pull her in with me, and once the doors close behind, I'll reiterate what just happened with the sarcophagus, the blade, and how there's the sort of family reunion going on next door. Interesting.
Need more
huh?
reasons to dislike him. I've never even spoken to the guy.
Yeah. But hey, that's just a theory.
Yeah.
And I'm getting bored as hell on this board. On this board. On this boat. Where's the others?
They went out to go see the sea of sand or whatever.
It's sand. It doesn't change.
It's just sand forever.
Meanwhile, outside, as the sand comes down in a halo in front of you, you can see the moon. The moon vanishes for a moment, and as darkness consumes the landscape, looking down south into the actual Jamoran Sea, you will see a strange lighting phenomenon sweep across the sky. Purples, greens, reds, clouds of luminous color light the Jamoran Sea from above for a moment before being crushed by falling sand.
I will lean into Zeno and pull him down a bit so I can whisper in his ear. We are going to give them shit for missing this. This is
Yes.
so cool. We had to play that up because they were stupid.
It's quite
I
pretty,
agree.
isn't it? You'll hear a voice shout from next to you. Looking over, you can see wearing goggles and the same harness as you is your halfling compartment mate, Glenfellow, Grim Glenfellow. I thought I'd come out here and take a look.
It's really something different.
It is. It is. Well, I also thought I'd come and pray. He gestures up where the moon was a moment ago. But I don't think she's out tonight. Well,
You never know. Could be
It's
here
true.
anyways.
you're a follower of Vela, right?
Yeah.
You mind saying a prayer? We might have some bad news, and I'd love to throw anything against it as possible.
Sure.
Okay. You just say a quick blessing.
Yeah.
Makes me feel better. I'm more of a follower of Casmiria myself, but
Which one's that?
the goddess of travel.
Right.
That makes sense.
Anyway, I'm glad to be sharing a compartment with you, Odd.
Well,
That
we have-
idiot at the end of the hall is transporting some hazardous materials.
Oh, in number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about him, but nothing major.
I don't know much about him myself, but I did get a look at the thing he was transporting. It's, what they were moving in there was a sarcophagus. Hundreds and hundreds of years old. Looks like... Sonophic Dynasty? It's... You would have loved it. I know you're both explorers, right?
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
The runes carved on the side of it. The damn thing's cursed.
Lovely. Just what we needed.
Well, so long as nobody opens it, it should be fine, right?
Hopefully.
Ah, well. Interesting night, though. Of course, that's if you believe in curses.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen a few.
we've seen our fair share.
Can I get both of you to make me a dex save?
Yes.
$18.
18?
19.
All right. There's a sudden lurch as you hit a bit of turbulence on the sand, and the ship is going to actually buck like it hit a speed bump.
Neat.
Both of you are going to be able to crouch down into it. Grimmin is going to be smiling and gesturing as he's talking and isn't going to be bracing himself on a railing at the time. And he is going to just be thrown a bit and slam back into the side of the railing that you guys are leaning against. And you are going to watch the fingers of his right hand, like his first two fingers, just go completely slack as he slams his hand into it.
Oy.
I kind of lunge and grab and hold because I don't think he's connected, is he?
He is connected by the wire.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never
but
mind.
he
then.
is getting banged around, so you can still grab him.
Okay.
All right.
I will help him catch his feet again.
Thank you, friend. Thank you. It's okay. It's okay. I can't feel anything there anyway.
What?
Old injury. Curses aren't real, but traps sure are.
Traps sure are, yeah.
I will start examining his hand, like, medicine check?
He's wearing a pair of gloves right now. But are you going to pull his glove off?
Oh yeah, I'm a healer. I'm just going for it.
Oh, he will try to stop you.
I'm a healer. Chill out.
Okay. And you are going to be able to pull the glove off. As you do, you are going to pull the first two fingers with it.
Wait.
As you look inside, you can see that he has had his first two fingers severed. He only has the thumb, pinky, and ring finger.
Weird.
You
Can
done
I
any
get-
other injury to it?
I think it's just broke the
Okay.
prosthetic.
Okay.
You can see on the inside of the glove there are a number of little bits of filigree and metal that appear to, when he flexes his other fingers, the hand will close.
I will hold it. This is less than a foot.
Hmm.
Mending.
Okay.
Takes a minute.
Sure. Both of you can make me a history roll real quick.
19.
9.
9. Zeno, looking at this, man, you can just imagine this happening to Mars. Like, you try to pick the wrong treasure chest, you try to tickle the wrong mimic. Tickling the mimic.
Tickling the mimic. Oh, yeah.
You like extreme sports?
Welcome to Mimic Tickler, Season 4.
Ooh, man. That should be an actual show.
Malia, that is a, from your readings, because you did a decent amount of reading before you set off on the road. In many parts of the world, particularly in Apesh, severing the first 2 fingers is a criminal offense for theft. It's hard to pick a pocket without your picking fingers, or pick a lock,
Yeah.
or use a blade for the most part.
I won't say anything.
Although
I'll
with
just
the
keep it in
blades, they'll
mind.
usually cut these 2, because you can't wield a blade properly with these 3.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, you pick any 2 fingers, you're gonna have a much harder time.
That's true.
These 2 are if you are a bow.
Yeah.
wielder.
Yeah.
If you shoot stuff. Not having these makes that very difficult. I mean,
But,
I
you know,
guess
that-
I could manage with these 2, but that would be a lot harder. They're a lot
But
weaker.
that's why holding up those 2 fingers backwards is an insult.
Yeah.
No, it's
I'm not. Don't do that on stream.
sorry. We
We
were
have
already.
British viewers.
Ah!
I think.
No, I'm just joking with you.
No, it's the yeah. It is. It's the one facing backwards. So that's
It
fine.
is. They had
Yeah.
to Photoshop that off of certain posters for movies from the U.S. And Left 4
Really?
Dead, Left 4 Dead 2 was Left 4 Dead 2, and they had to switch
They had
it
to
around
switch
for the British release
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
because it
Because
was it was like Left 4 Dead 1. You know?
Yeah, it's like the middle finger because it's the we're gonna chop off your
It's
finger.
the same. It's the same with this actually. Pointing with one finger in many cultures is basically the middle finger, which
They
is
don't
why if
let
you ever
do
go to
that in
Disney World,
Disneyland.
they always do this or this.
Yeah.
See, when I see this though, this makes me think like,
A gun.
yeah,
Well, that's why you got to keep your thumb
What?
I
That-
cannot do that. My
You just like use your whole hand in a.
no, like
Yeah,
I
you just-
can't. These fingers.
But then
are
you can't. Yeah. Then you.
Yeah.
There's.
Bend one.
Amy, just remember, it's not a gun anymore because it's been banned.
All right. Enough of that.
What?
Okay, yeah,
Mike
this
was
is a
make-
conversation off of stream.
Yeah. We can make those jokes later.
Yes.
Finger guns.
Let's continue.
Okay. Let's continue. Enough about. That's true.
That's the way.
That is true. And the fig. Actually, the fig.
Here, I wasn't going to take this into a history lesson. I was
That's-
restraining myself.
That's
Sorry.
But
That's
then
okay.
you
Thank
guys
you,
just went with
Christine.
it.
Thank you, Christine. All right. So back on this.
Oh yes. Thank you, chat, for that one.
As you mend the glove, you will notice that the missing digits on his hand were cauterized,
Ooh.
probably by using a red hot knife.
Ugh.
So probably thief.
It's probably that. And at that point, Mars, are you headed outside?
I'll like go by the door that you would head out towards where they are
Okay.
and kind of like look out.
All right. You'll see it's very difficult to make out their forms, but you think you can see 2 short people and a tall person kind of hanging out on the front of the ship.
And I guess like we also felt the like jut while we were
Yeah.
in here too.
Yeah, it was less on the inside, but as you are standing there, you are going to feel a presence behind you. And standing behind you is Farah.
Farah, where you been?
I was just I was around for a walk. Hey, I'm not mad at you or anything. I realized I walked off when you were asking stuff, and I...
No, I get it. I'm just nosy. That's all. I'm sorry.
Do you remember your mom?
Mm-hmm.
Is she still around?
Mm-hmm. And my dad. But they don't want anything to do with me.
Well,
The
I
whole
do.
town doesn't want anything to do with me.
Your town's stupid.
It is what it is.
We're your town now.
You're my town now.
That sounded better in my head.
I get it though. Thanks. I appreciate it. I guess like that too. We're kind of your family.
Yeah.
So what are they doing out here?
I don't
Or are
know,
they just looking at sand or getting stuck in sand?
I don't know. Do you want to go out?
Not particularly, but maybe. Are you going?
I'll go if you go.
That's reason enough.
All right.
It's basically like daring me to do something.
All right. So you will finish mending his glove, and he will. Thanks. He'll fit it around his two good fingers and thumb. Thanks. I appreciate it. I need to be more careful in my old age. Back over by the door, you can hear that dwarven woman fitting Mars and Farah with a pair of goggles and some harnesses.
Oh, welcome outside.
You
Why
missed a
are we
lovely
out
light
here?
show.
Because it's super cool.
Look at it move. It's sand, and yet it's moving like that.
This is stupid.
This is cool.
Oh yeah, it can be both.
That's. I mean, just look at me.
Yeah, no. We figured that one out.
I'm so funny.
God damn it. All right. So you are going to watch, and sure enough, there is going to be little brief glimpses of those glowing clouds above you.
Cool.
See?
Right? Well, I think I've seen enough for the night. I'll head inside. Thanks again for your help, you two.
Have a good
No
night.
problem.
We'll see you next time.
Don't get cursed.
Yeah. We'll
That's
try.
okay. I know how to remove them.
Oh, well, that's easy.
What did you guys do?
Just looked and chit-chatted.
Nothing too exciting except being outside and coolness.
Now that he's gone, though, I'll tell the others. I'm pretty sure he was a thief.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Those first two fingers cut off.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mars, you know
definitely
about that. You don't even have to roll
stealing.
for that one.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it was done by a trap because they were cauterized, so they're probably hot knife.
Yep. He was caught.
Tia, where
Speaking
are you?
of,
Oh. Where's Tia?
Tia's still in the room. She's gonna try and not get seasick or sand sick.
Ooh,
Sounds good. All right, so let's go back
this
to
must be bad for our respiratory system.
It's not great. It's not great. I'm assuming most of you have bandanas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
At
know
least
that Mars
something
has a
they
bandana. This is a stick-up.
I mean,
There's
even
two
before
sticks.
we hit the Sea of Living Sand, I imagine like the travel of this would have kicked up a lot of sand.
Is there anyone else that's out here?
Nope, just the four of us.
Okay. Hey, you guys want to hear what me and Tia found on the inside when we were heading to our room?
Sure.
yes.
Alright, so huddle in, and I'll tell them what I heard about the sarcophagus.
Very
Yeah, just-
interesting.
Zeno just wants more gossip.
Yeah, basically.
Are you sure you're not just making this up?
Yeah, like Tia was there.
Okay.
And
You seem bored. I mean, I'm fine with making stuff up, but let's...
so bored.
I know. I've gained like.
I can't even have my stuff with me.
Is your underwear getting tight? My underwear's starting to get tight.
What?
All we've been doing is eating.
What?
Yeah, you're just eating too much.
My tail hole's getting.
Tight?
Yeah, like you understand. You have a tail. Why is
Yeah.
the tail the place that gains the fat first?
I don't know, it's all in my thighs.
You have good thighs. So what are you
Getting
talking about?
thick.
You know this boat has a gym, right?
What?
It has a couple of poles between doors. That's not a gym.
It's enough that you can work out.
I can't do pull-ups.
Oh,
I will help you.
balls. I had a different idea.
You just
Of course you. I mean,
you just want to touch my thick tail.
No, that would be wrong of me.
No, you
that's
can.
true.
We're friends. You can go ahead and touch it.
Can I? I'll touch
Yeah,
your tail.
you don't mean anything weird.
My-
It's a pretty-
Xena wants to fondle up that lady elf first.
Mm.
Yeah.
What, that one that was sitting at the table?
Yeah, I was
Hey.
about to have to put like a glass underneath his mouth because he was drooling so much.
Hey, she was attractive.
She was attractive. You know, for what's the term? A tiger?
Something like that.
A liger? A lynx?
Cougar.
Lynx.
No, that's not it. Yeah, cougar.
Yeah.
It's a pretty thick tail, by the way, Mars. As you squeeze it, it's a scaly tail. That's like it is kind of dummy thick, which is weird because the rest of Farah is pretty scrawny.
Although Mars, I'm sure if you look hard enough, you can find that kind of pole around here too.
Let me just
Yeah,
knock
I
one
could just
over.
make one
What is-
myself.
What is
Yeah.
this? Oh, there we go. It's got this
Yeah.
random bit of hair sticking up, and it's weirding me out.
Farah, I can help you with pull-ups if you want.
Pull-ups were way easier when I was allowed to wear my ring of featherfall.
I'm.
Hiccup.
Well,
That
yeah.
kind of defeats the purpose, though.
No, it meant that I had the best numbers. Push-ups too.
You know what? Tomorrow, we're gonna hit the gym, and I'm gonna help you with pull-ups.
Well, if we're doing
Fine.
that, why don't we go back and eat as much as we want today
Yeah,
and
and
do it
dessert.
tomorrow?
Dessert.
Yes.
All right, fine. Let's
And
go do
alcohol.
I think
that.
I've got my eyes on that mac and cheese.
Dessert time, mac and cheese.
Let's go
Fine.
do this before it closes.
We go invade the dining hall again.
All right, you guys go invade the dining hall.
Umpteenth time this day.
Yes.
And Tia,
Malia just wants like beer and a pile of bacon.
Tia's doing her best to just not get seasick upstairs. As the three of you and Farah head into the dining hall, you're going to see the most interesting sight of the night, which is, hey Zeno, I think you lost your chance, buddy. Over at the bar, you can see that Immorel is several sheets to the wind, and keeps laughing and touching and doing the chest touch on a handsome-ish young man that you recognize as Jeffrey Westcott.
Ooh.
She smiles and
kinda
laughs
like,
and taps the bar for him to get another drink. No, tell me more about this. I'm really curious. You're such an interesting young man.
She's pumping him for information.
Yep.
Mm.
Gonna
Leo
go, up,
tur-
gonna go up to the drink and order a nice wine. A nice
Alright.
white wine.
You're gonna go up to the bar and get a nice wine?
Yeah.
Absolutely, 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 sir. Leo, the bartender, is there again, and just one. Can I get something for the rest of you?
Ale.
Absolutely, ma'am. I know exactly what you'd like.
Fantastic. We are going to eat
Alright.
all the things.
Okay.
And
Are
then
you
go
looking for
work out tomorrow.
more of a stout or more of an ale? You said ale, right? Copper top.
Yeah, more of an ale.
All right, copper top wine.
Sarah, what you want?
Ciderella.
Sounds
Cider.
good.
All right, and he will serve you all up. And meanwhile, upstairs, Tia, you are trying not to be ill. Can you make me a Constitution save?
Poor Tia.
She's not doing too bad, but she might be a little greener than usual.
That's true.
A little green around the gills.
A little greener.
A little gill around the green.
Oh.
Constitution 16.
16, you're okay, but this is really... At one point, the ship lurches a bit, and you almost roll out of bed. You're like, oh god. And that's when you hear voices raised across the wall.
Which side?
On the...
Like,
in the
cabin
main cabin.
one? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, in cabin 1.
She'll go check it out.
Cool. Make me a perception roll to see what you can hear.
It's gonna be an 18.
18?
Yeah.
That is my ancestor. I require his presence. Give him back to me. I'm not going to give anything back to you, friend, and you can't pay the tithe. So I suggest that you either find enough money to purchase him or get out. I will return. And when I do, you will regret this behavior.
Alright. That's kind of
I've
weird.
lived to regret a lot of things. Not this one.
With that, you'll hear the door open violently, and someone storm down the hall.
She's gonna give it a moment and then peek her head out.
The door down the hall that you recognize as Umir Bell's room will slam shut.
Cool. She's gonna just, you know what? This is a lot of real and negative energy here. She's gonna leave.
Okay.
And she's actually gonna go see if she can find Uri and Sakura, because we've forgotten about them for a couple games.
That is true, actually.
All right.
Oh, no,
So
you're right.
as you...
Oops.
Hey, I bought them
Alright.
luxury accommodation. They can deal.
All right, as you head across the way into the other compartment, you will see... Oh God! Hold on. Let me just calculate this for a moment. So I need more coffee if I'm going to be Sappho. 1 sec.
Yeah, that's true.
I really can't wait to try the new coffee.
I got the pistachio one going right now. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's the weakest of the batch. It's still okay. It's just got that slightly a little too sharp fake taste to it. But all of the ones that you had look great.
Yeah.
All right. So as you walk over to their area, actually, let's see where you find them. So down in some of the steerage quarters is actually where you'll find them as you're looking around. Right above the cheap seats, there is kind of like a communal gathering room. And as you enter, you are going to see Uramsi just sitting by the door, just shaking his head. Oh. Hey, Tia, how's it going?
So much drama.
You ain't kidding. I'll point over where you can see that there is a table that's been dragged out into the center of the floor, and about a dozen gruff-looking individuals, all holding up cards in a circle, and a pile of copper coins, and on the other side of it, a blue-tinged woman.
Oh no.
Oof.
All right. Who's up for this bet? I got 1, I got 2, I got 1, I got 2, I got hit. Hit you. All right, the house has 4. House takes it. Woof. All right, next deal. Dealer. Who's got the dealer? I'm the dealer. You're the squealer. All right, can I see how many you're putting on the board? That's 1, that's 2, that's King's Cross. Oh, congratulations, sir. You win a copper coin. Oh, but wait, didn't you put the insurance down? You didn't put the insurance down, which means you're out a copper coin.
So she's just
What?
scamming them.
No, she seems to be winning by... Actually, make me an insight roll to see how well
Alright.
you understand this game.
Oh, well, insight you said?
Yeah.
22.
22. She's following the rules of the rules perfectly. She is, however, enforcing them so quickly that the people who are playing cannot process what she is actually telling them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually like watching an auctioneer work.
Yeah.
She's been playing King's Cross for about 2 hours now?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what... And then at that point, you're going to hear a hand slam down on the table and a shower of copper coins. And you're going to see a blue hand, like, strangely veiny and flexy, launch out between the coins, grab a guy by the wrist, like a big, burly, Schwarzenegger-esque bicep, slam it on the table, revealing that there is a pair of cards up his sleeve. And you'll hear, "What do we got here? We got a cheater.
You cheating?
You know what we do to cheaters in my house, son." This is coming out of Sapphire's mouth as such.
Oh dear.
Naturally.
We make him walk the plank.
I don't think you're allowed to make anyone walk the plank here. She's good. Tia's gonna mumble.
Oh, hi, Tia.
Hi.
You got off lucky this time. Next time, I'm taking your balls. And she's going to run across the floor, skipping over to you. Yep, yep.
I like her.
What's
Yeah.
that behind your ear?
My ear. Hair.
It's really dirty. Oh, it's got copper coins.
Funnily enough, I don't think those are from behind my ear.
They are. Here, check your ear right now.
What?
Check your ear right now. There's a legit copper coin behind your ear. Like, you'll pull it out of nowhere, because this is how you use genie powers. Oh my god. There you go, little girl. A happy little coin. Now, what did you do today, Miss Tia?
Encountered a lot of drama. Watched someone flirt horrendously with Zeno. And possibly discovered, she'll basically just relay what has been going on.
It seems like the game is afoot. Elementary, my dear Armstrong. There is something questionable happening on this vessel.
There's definitely some sort of weird mystery going on, and quite frankly, I don't know what to do about it, but I want to get involved for some reason.
Yes.
I'm bored, apparently.
Don't we all?
Well, just remember, there are no mistakes. There's only happy accidents. Hold still. And she's going to reach into her pouch and pull out an easel and start sketching your face.
No, there's definitely mistakes. Ours
No,
does
there's
a
just
lot.
happy accidents. See, look. Oh, look. Oh, this orc's really lonely. I'm going to give her a little friend. She's going to draw a stick figure picture of you and her holding hands.
Oh my god.
Aw.
See, everybody needs a friend. Just happy accidents.
Tia's actually just gonna put a hand on her shoulder and go, thanks.
Were you an happy accident, Tia?
I don't know.
Are your friends happy accidents?
Sometimes I wonder.
Yeah. That's what happens when pull-out game week.
Oh,
I gotta get back to my
gee.
game. I'll be right back. And she'll dance it back over.
Huh. She was
All
talking
right,
about
who's-
Zeno, right?
I have no idea who she was talking about. Or I was gonna say leaning into you.
You ever?
Honestly, I only understand about a third of what she says.
That's fair.
Do you ever get the sense that someone's talking about a bunch of references that they're way over your head?
Yeah,
Yeah? I don't know.
yeah.
Like, I feel like she thinks I'm in on a lot of jokes that I'm not.
You should ask her to explain them more.
I try, but every time I do, she gets this really serious look and goes, "What if I told you that this isn't real?" And it's weird. I don't understand what it's about. She has these little glasses she pulls on and everything, and then she does this thing with pills, and I just don't get it. She starts talking about this guy named Gygax, too. I don't understand it. She keeps
Named
talking
who?
about this. I don't know, some Gargalian Gygax or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it really doesn't.
No, it doesn't make any sense. She keeps referring to like this game thing. I don't know. I think she's nuts. She's nice though. Like when she calms down.
She calms down?
She calms down occasionally, usually when we're alone.
How much of it do you think is just a performance for everyone she's around?
Honestly, I found her trapped. She'd been in there for like a long time. I mean, honestly...
Was she aware for the whole time, or was she asleep?
I don't know. But let's be fair, you know, somebody who's, like, stuck like that, even if they're asleep, the dreams alone drive you nuts. I mean, she was in there for, like, probably 1,000 years. Can you imagine what that would do to someone's mind? Hell, longer?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, thankfully there aren't that many genies that were released from some type of magical stasis running around, so hey, that's probably for the best.
She should probably spend more time with Farah, though. I think
Oh,
they
why's
get
that?
along better. Just, I don't know. Inkling.
I think they'd get up to too much mischief.
But it would be really funny to watch.
Probably. Hey, I haven't had a chance to say this, but I wanted to thank you and the rest of your friends. I know that I was still coming off being drugged by those snake people when we first met, and I know I made a right fool of myself, and I know that Mars was very hospitable, but I don't think I made the best first impression. I mean,
You know what?
I didn't want...
I've already forgotten about it. It's fine.
Okay. Well. You guys are always going to be welcome in my kingdom when I finally get there and find out what it's like.
Hopefully it's everything you dreamed of. You should come upstairs. They've got they've got a real mean mac and cheese.
I've never had mac and cheese.
What is wrong with you? Come on, let's go.
I grew up on the streets.
Yeah. They have mac and cheese on the streets.
Not the part I grew up in. But I've actually never had pasta.
Neither had Farah. She kept calling them worms.
I can see that. They're pretty wormy.
Yeah, you should come up. Saffron
Yeah,
too.
let me just tell Safra. He goes and tells her, and she gives him this look and... Look, bud, can't you see I'm busy here? I'm making the whole world tick.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Look, I'm just rolling 20s, man. Let me roll some more. Here. She'll slide him a coin. For inspiration.
I feel like we could have an entire Saffra mini-series.
Probably. Sure thing, buddy.
All right, Saffron.
Oh.
We'll see you around.
Wait! This is important. Tell the dungeon master it's almost time for a bathroom break.
What?
All right, who's got cards? Who's got cards? Who's got cards? I don't know. I've stopped paying attention for the most part.
Dungeon Master?
The viewers won't care. They expect us to pee. So mac and cheese.
Yeah, mac and
Let's
cheese.
go get mac and cheese.
Yeah, let's get mac and cheese.
All right, so as you head back up and grab some food, you will feel the boat shift and shudder again. And you'll see, actually, as you have started to scarf down some food, and the rest of you were headed there to get Stinko foodie too, right?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
We were already there.
Yeah.
So when they come in, I'll wave over and just be welcoming. sort of
All
thing.
right.
We're getting turned.
Hey,
All
look what
right.
I found!
Hey!
Hey!
Ramsey kind of will just kind of wave and do his Tom Cruise-y kind of like, "Hey guys, nice to be here. Nice to be here."
Come
Have a drink. Have some food.
booze.
You need to give him mac and cheese.
Just a little bit though. I haven't had much to eat. I'm a lightweight.
He hasn't had any mac and cheese before.
I haven't had mac and cheese before.
How many drinks
Valia will
have we done?
storm over to the food and plate up. She's had a few drinks at this point.
You guys have
Plate
had
up mac
all
and
about 3
cheese.
drinks each.
And bring it back and be. It is food of the gods.
I'll take your word on it, God girl. All right, let's eat up.
So I got an 8 on a Constitution check.
So you're starting to feel a little lit. Hey, Mars.
Yes.
19 con check.
I just wanted to say that thanks for being really welcoming when I first met you guys. Sorry if that seemed a little weird. I was pretty buzzy off of snake venom. I don't know. I don't normally do snake venom.
That makes sense.
But if you wanted to go like grab a drink sometime, let me know. Yeah. Hell, we can grab a drink right now.
Drink now.
Drink now! All right, so you guys have a couple of drinks, but after about 15 minutes, can I get a dex save off of everybody? Mike, do yours with a disadvantage, please.
Okay.
Oop. Yep, that's a fail.
17.
17?
15.
I'm looking for a
Dex
12.
save?
Yeah.
25.
25?
16.
16, all right. And, oh, Farrah's good too. All right. There's a sudden, sharp, even larger bump than before. And you're going to see some of the food trays launch from their fixed locations in the food bar and smash into the floor. Your plates are going to fly across the table. It's only
I'm gonna rescue my mac and cheese.
Yeah, you're basically going to be able to like do like the bumper bowling like arm catch, right?
No, not my food.
Not
You're
the
going
mac
to
and
get
cheese.
some of your food's going to get on your shirt, your face. Your drinks are going to spill. And it's just the entire ship just goes.
Tia was actually wanting to try out whatever that concoction was that both Zeno and Mars were trying.
Okay.
At Amaryl. She was only
Okay.
wanting to like sample it, but morbid curiosity.
Okay,
Oh, it's a
so
sunny
you're
day.
going to sample a lot of it because you were taking a drink when that happened, and it's going to go just all in your face. It stings.
Do you want a con save?
Yeah, I do.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1, really? Okay, you are blinded for 3 turns. The stinging of this alcohol hits you directly in the sinuses, and you are weeping openly. Yes, there's your 1. There's your 1. Good job, Amy.
Like, imagine just goes like up your nose into your like nasal cavity.
The drink is called the Sunny Day, and right now
I'm watering.
you can see nothing but light right now. It is like you have just snorted wasabi.
And you're staring at the sun, wide-eyed.
Yeah, your eyes are white, hot, stinging, tears pouring down your cheeks. And you... Is everybody okay?
No!
Oh, God.
Just
What
gotta
was that
say, you
thing?
guys, when you go on break, the moon looks awesome tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah, she big.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. We're entering a bit of turbulence. Please
don't
return to
say.
your quarters.
Oh shit.
Can someone
Return
help?
to your quarters.
Can someone help me?
I'll
Alright.
help lead Tia.
Alright, I'm gonna go make sure that Saphira doesn't get abducted for her massive fortune of copper coins.
Good
Accurate.
luck.
I mean, how many copper coins does she have?
About 500.
Question. Have we ever been told we're not allowed to have food in our rooms?
No.
Sweet. I'm gonna swing by the food place on the way and grab like cookies and stuff.
Sounds good. You
Yup.
can grab all the dessert stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And as you head up, you're going to make your way, grab some drinks. Leo at the bar will happily give you like a bottle of wine to secret away if you want.
Excellent.
Yes.
And as you are going,
I will usher all the others into our room, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
So we're
Farrah wants
all-
us to go back to her side.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's see if Farrah wants us to go
Yeah,
back
let's
to her
go to
room.
Farrah's room.
right. As you are headed back up, you are going to hear a wailing, crying noise coming from the central lobby area. And that is where you're going to see Saphir sitting with, like, a mug, banging a copper coin in it.
Did you lose all your coins?
I lost it all. I lost it all in a single roll of the dice. I thought I had it. Alms, alms for the poor.
How about
Want to have dessert and wine with us?
Alms.
I will stick a cookie in her cup.
All right. Oh, that was good enough. All right. Golden disc of delight. Do you remember when these? Do you remember these things used to be made with love? From grandmother's oven, and you'd go there every Sunday and have a delicious milk and cookie, and go talk about the old days before the war. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
What is she talking about?
It's a little doughy. Woohoo!
My grandmother was more likely to smash someone's skull in with a club.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Mine
That's,
used her hammer.
I don't discuss my grandparents' profession while I'm around Farah.
Was your grandmother named Mork? Mork the Orc? Woohoo!
No.
All right, and as you are heading back up to your compartments, you'll swipe your doodads at the door, and one of the attendants will say, "Very, very sorry. Due to weather conditions, we're going to ask that you stay in your own cars, just so that we can keep count of where you are.
Okay.
Really sorry."
Can we stay in the same room if we're in the same hall?
So long as you're in the same hall, you can have one attendant that can keep track of you. Yes, that should be fine.
Sorry, Farah.
Wine.
I'll pull out a bottle of wine from my coat and give it to her.
You're gonna get lit.
I got you.
Acceptable.
All
I
right,
got you,
and
fam.
She and
Mally will be cradling her bottle of like.
All right, don't get into too much trouble, okay? And watch out for watch out, Mars. I'm sure something evil is afoot.
What makes you say that?
I don't know.
Because you always get in trouble. I
Because you
know.
always get in trouble, and you were super paranoid about something. I mean, come on, what's the worst that's gonna happen? This is a cruise.
Someone's gonna get murdered, probably.
That'd be hilarious. Bye.
Do you think we can?
She jinxed us.
She
We're
did.
screwed.
He did.
It was
She did.
written in the stars.
Yep.
All right.
It was
All right,
We're
let's
all
go get
gonna
drunk
die.
and eat dessert.
Drunk and
All
eat
right.
dessert.
That sounds good.
That does sound
Tomorrow's
good.
gonna be terrible.
Heading back into your
Oh, well.
car, you are going to hear the moment that you open the main door to your royal to your luxury section. You are anybody. Mars, you're definitely going to hear it too. Actually, just checking your
Okay.
passive perceptions. You are going to hear the sound of enjoyment coming from room 2.
What kind of enjoyment?
Carnal.
That's Jeffrey's compartment.
Ooh, sounds like Elf
It's-
Girl's getting all the information she wants.
It's muffled, but
Maybe let's take Mars and Tia's room. It's at least across the hall. Ours is right next door.
There.
Gossip.
That means we're next to the cursed room.
all
What?
right.
So we have Cursed Room or Carnal Sounds.
Carnal sounds or cursed sarcophagus?
I don't want to hear a bed frame thumping against the wall all night.
Cursed sarcophagus it is.
Cursed
Can't remove
Sarcophagus
curse.
it is.
I'm good.
All right. And you guys go and have a good night chatting and drinking and eating sweets, and we'll all eventually... are you going to climb back to your room when you get tired enough to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crawl my
If Zeno
You
does go,
want-
Mally will kind of drag herself afterwards.
claw
You have
myself
to.
down the hallway.
All right.
No,
That's-
we'll weave drunkenly, like doing like the shoulder thing. You'll have to lean down, Mally will have to lean up.
And leaning way too hard against the wall.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
the wall's right. Your door's right there. You're here. You just have to push yourself from this wall to that wall into the door.
And as you
That
drift
sounds
off
too
to sleep,
complicated.
you feel
Leave.
the hangover begin to build at the base of your skull, and you feel that tomorrow is going to be a rough day. And then you are jarred awake by the sound of the engines suddenly stopping.
Ooh, that's bad.
The ship veers to the side, and you'll find that the floor has an extra 10 degrees of slant to it. Your bottle of wine rolls and emptily shatters against the far wall,
This is bad.
and you will hear a scream from the hallway. As you all open your doors, you will see that one of the attendants, standing at the front of Deaton Von S's door, turns around. There's been a murder. Let's go take a bathroom break.
Of course,
Okay.
there has been.
Welcome back. We are here again. I am lagging. Welcome back. Here we are again at episode 22, The Kingsblade Curse. You were awoken to the sound of an attendant calling for murder. As you looked out
Calling
of the
for
hall-
murder?
calling
Murder.
murder.
Calling, murder!
Murder!
I didn't say for. I said
did.
call. I said calling of, didn't I?
No,
Yeah,
you said
that's what I said,
calling
calling
for
for.
murder.
That was very
then just one
That's
moment.
why I found it
That's
funny.
basically the same thing.
Hello, welcome back to Dork Tales. I'll cut in here for the YouTube. So an attendant screaming murder. As you head out into the hallway, you can see that there is... This is a full-service cruise. Yeah, they even murder. The breakfast that she was bringing for Deaton Von S has splattered all over the floor, and his door is slightly ajar. Inside, you can smell blood wafting out at you.
Ew.
The ship is very quick to lock down. Over the next hour of time, you will find a few things out. The first is that no one is allowed to leave their quarters. The second is that the ship is having a strange malfunction and is currently having to be dug out of a sandstorm. This happens sometimes, but a freak sandstorm appears to have struck the ship in the middle of the night, causing the stall. About an hour after you're confined to your quarters, an attendant will knock on both of your doors and pull you out into the hallway, where you will find that Captain Ironbeard herself is waiting for you. Good evening. Pardon me. Good morning. Sort of.
Morning.
Morning.
I have a request of you. I did a bit of checking on your service record with the Adventuring Guild, and I know you to be a just person, being a priestess of Vela. I ask you, whatever is going on in there is foul play, and I want you to solve it.
We can certainly try.
Yeah.
After what I hear you did at Dog Run Bridge, I think that you're more suited to it than me.
Thank you.
That's what we do.
You four find out what happened, but I'm going to have to restrict you four there, until you discover who did it. If you do, I promise I'll reward you handsomely.
Alright.
So just the four of us? Okay. I guess Farah is still confined on her side.
Yeah, she can't leave.
Yeah, okay.
She's probably safer over there.
I'm not worried about her safety.
Yeah.
She can look after herself, she's fine.
She's just really handy to have because she's
She's
super
really
smart.
useful.
That's okay though. We'll manage.
Somehow.
Mm.
Oh, and just so it's stated, if it turns out that one of you is the murderer, I'll kill you myself.
You know, that's a fair deal.
Duly noted.
I think we were all too drunk last night to do that.
Yeah.
I literally had to crawl back to the room, so
We crawled back.
that, yeah.
It was pretty funny, what I vaguely remember.
But
What-
yes, if it comes to pass that one of us is the murderer, kill us yourself.
Good.
One of you
What
do
is
that, I'll
known as
kill
the
you
security
myself.
system was not breached last night. Once the last person went in, which I believe was one of you, your corridor was sealed off until the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, we were drinking in their room, and then
Yep.
we stumbled back to ours.
And you didn't notice anything strange?
No, we went with our room because it was quieter than theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah, what's his face was having a real good time.
yeah,
Number 2.
In that case, here. And she'll hand one of you a bangle.
Oh.
With a gem in it. This will give you access to the victim's room.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Tia will accept it.
Alright.
Cool.
And with that, she will shut the door to your corridor behind you. What do you all do? What's your first step?
investigate
guess-
the room.
Yeah, so
Alright.
if we're given
Actually-
access to it, we want to go in there before they do a lot of moving around.
I'm gonna say investigate the hallway first.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good call.
You know what? Let's look, see if there's any
Ooh.
marks anywhere.
That's true.
Anything weird.
Did we get permission to use magic?
You didn't ask.
Can we call
Shit.
her back?
She'll look at you from the other side of the door. Yes?
We're casters. Can we use that without getting in trouble?
I can shape shift and try and smell things better to investigate. Am I allowed?
I'm not unlocking anyone's weapons or equipment, but if
That's
you
fine.
need... If you can do it on your own, that's fine.
Yep. I
Cool.
don't need anything.
Don't... Only apprehend. Don't harm anyone.
Understood.
Investigate only.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Just
With that, do you head to the room? Or are you checking the hallway?
checking the hallway
Hallway.
Like
first.
in the hallway.
Okay.
I'm gonna pass off the bangle to Malia
Probably a good idea.
because I think she makes the most sense.
Hmm.
And then Tia.
Okay,
and
Mom.
become the responsible one. Great. I can get blind drunk and still be the responsible one.
Hey, I would have kept it if it weren't for the fact that I'm about to shift.
You can pop open doors.
Vaguely.
Somehow I don't think summoning giant crabs would be helpful right now.
Do I?
So I'm thinking perception just to kind of scan the hallway, see if anything looks odd or out of place that I could investigate more closely.
You would use investigation for this since you know the area.
Okay.
So we can just jump into that step. So go ahead and make me an investigation roll if you're checking the hallway.
16.
16?
18.
18? Okay.
18.
I will be doing that in just a moment. Sorry.
Mars, what are you doing?
If they're checking the hallway, I wanted to check in the room.
Okay. So you will head over to the room as they're just doing a quick check of the hallway, and I'll be with you in 1 second. I'm just gonna give them the hallway details.
Yep.
Here's Siren in the distance. Tia, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out which animal makes the most sense to.
All of them, I believe, just give you advantage on investigation and like wisdom rolls.
Yeah, because I keep my own wisdom, but if there's any specialties that they get,
Yeah. So probably a dog.
yeah, I'm just seeing what type there are, but they don't have them listed the way my brain thinks they should.
What kind of dog do you want to be?
Okay, so I could go with wolf, or I could go with not a saber-toothed tiger. That does not make much sense at all.
Yeah, that's a little too big.
Yep, a little too big.
Like, turn into a basset hound. Like,
straight up.
Yeah. Well, there's mastiff. There's wolf. I think mastiff probably makes more sense.
I mean, honestly, Amy, the actual type of dog is not a big deal.
Well, it just
I don't think it changes the sense roll at all.
No, I'm just trying to give me. That's yeah. Okay, so I want to go with the mastiff. Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
It's the only one that actually has like dog in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shapeshifting down, go ahead and give me the roll with advantage. You shapeshift down into a large dog, your paws crushing down into the thick carpet of the corridor.
Perception is going to be 20.
20. All right. So, touching down here and sniffing around, you are going to smell a couple of things. The comings and goings of a number of people. You're going to smell blood on the air. And it's... It was in this corridor. Blood. Not much of it, but a tiny bit. But what you're going to notice is what Malia and Zeno are noticing as they're looking around. It's fairly thorough traffic through here, but they've kept it fairly clean with some rotary vacuums, like the brushes on spinners. But as you are kneeling down, you are going to run your hand across the carpet and notice that there is a fine amount of sand embedded in the carpet. More than you remember last night when you came home from getting drunk. Then again, you could have just been drunk. I don't know. Meanwhile, ahead of you, Mars, you head into the room, and this is where you guys want to have Twitch loaded. Okay.
What's up?
You want to have Twitch up for this, and for some reason it didn't work.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't see anything there.
Oh, that's because I need to click that. There we go. And then I need to click that. Then I need to click... one moment, please. Boop. And get resized between moments. Useful. All right. Entering into the room ahead of you. So, as you're looking at this map, the pink is door, the purple is the carpet. All of the white things are areas of the room that, like, they're basically their furniture, and the yellow boxes are windows.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Okay. As you enter, the scene is one of carnage. The bed, the long shape on the right, number 1, is a 4-post bed, much like the one in Farah's room, with thick plum drapery, a beautiful duvet and silk sheets. And laying in the center of it is that man you saw before, Deaton Von S. Gaping wounds in the center of his chest, which is stripped open bare from his silk pajamas. His eyes are rolled back in his head, and his tongue is lolling over, his skin ashen.
How cold is the body?
You go up and check it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's fairly cold, actually.
So he's been dead for a while.
You think at least a couple of hours. His blood is staining the sheets. The room is in fair disarray. There is, you can hear the roar of the sandstorm outside. The sarcophagus is cracked open, and you can see that there is a mummified corpse laying in the center, its fingers broken.
And I look for that blade.
All right, you can make me an investigation roll.
12.
12. Looking around, you can't find it for sure, but it looks like whatever it was, like the knife or whatever you'd heard about, a long curved dagger was probably what did this to him. Looking down, you can see that it looks like a very thick knife is what plunged into his chest. As you're investigating the body, your friends are going to enter the room. Well, two of them anyway. One of them is bringing a dog with them.
A bit obvious.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's slightly green.
It's not.
Thus is the way of shapeshifting.
Okay. And how does it look like the sarcophagus has been forced open?
It looks like it had been opened from the side.
And kind of like wrenched open?
Kind of ground, like it had been slid off a corner. It's enough off that the lid is still partially on, but at a diagonal, just barely poised.
So just enough for someone to reach in?
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's a wonder that the sudden stop didn't pitch the solid stone tablet onto the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Does someone have a TV on or something in the background?
It might be Jordan. I'll see if I can ask him to be a little bit quieter.
Okay.
For a second.
Yeah, I'm definitely hearing that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right. As you enter the room as well, I just want to make sure that it's noted here on the left, that is the bathroom compartment.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the white there is a door.
And the little oval with the 4 is a bathtub, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and that toilet is the best toilet that's ever been made in paint.
Honestly,
Yes.
it's totally fine.
The toilet's great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It legit looks like a toilet.
The
do.
sink's pretty good too.
Yeah, that looks like a washroom.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it.
You should be.
Thank you.
The cat actually opened the door because she can do
Okay.
that.
Clever girl.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as you're looking around the room, your compatriots will come in, and the room appears to be very disorganized, very disheveled. There is broken glass all over the place. The room looks like it's been rolled. Where are you looking? What are you doing? Is there anything in
Well-
particular you want to look at?
Tia's sniffing around all over the damn place to see if she finds anything.
Okay.
Like see if she can get a scent of something that is not the dead person.
Okay. So
Go up and
as
sniff the body and hate
make
that
me
she
an
has to do
investigation
that.
roll with advantage.
I hate that for a dog this counts as investigation because she's literally sniffing. Like she's not. I don't know.
I mean,
get it.
you
I
get
mean,
it with advantage.
You can do
I
it
know
with,
I do, but it
can
means
do-
I get a
you can do
plus 1 instead of
perception.
plus 7.
you can do perception. I don't care.
Okay, because like my investigation is plus 1, my perception is plus 7.
What perception is? Investigation is going to be you will find what you're looking for. Perception is you'll be able to be like, look here, I am an arrow, I'm pointing at this location. There's something weird at number 1.
Yeah, like if she can find stuff that stands out and can pull someone else over to it.
Sure,
Anything
that's what
like
you're going to
that.
end up having to do though, okay?
Like she can't even say that there's a thing. Like she's a dog right now.
Okay, so you can do the point.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and make me the roll perception roll.
So that's gonna be 19.
19?
Mhm.
Sniffing around the room, you can smell that there are a lot of smells going on here.
Mhm.
What part of the room are you scenting out of the 6 locations on the key?
She's basically checking out around 1 and 6, like in that little section in between, kind of.
Okay. You are going to be sniffing around, and you are going to find that there is a very acrid smell coming from the bed. Something that makes you actually want to scratch your nose. Like just you start pawing at your nose reflexively. Once you get a good whiff, it burns slightly. It's going to be like inhaling battery acid. It's not pleasant.
She's gonna make lots of unhappy whimpering noises.
I will go over there and investigate it.
All right.
Good.
You can make me an investigation roll. Mars, you're over there as well. So the three of you are kind of clustered around where the body is. And sure enough, it does look like he has been butchered quite badly, actually. But each of you has your own different investigative style. Just to give you a hint, remember, Malia, you're a healer. So medicine is a good roll to use on things like this as well.
I got a 15 on my investigation, by the way.
Looking around, you will see that there is a bit of broken glass next to the bed.
Okay.
There's actually quite a bit of broken glass. And it looks like but it's kind of all mixed together. It looks like at one point there was a small vial there.
Poison.
Oh.
There's also a broken wine bottle. And the carpet is quite drenched with this stuff. It looks like kind of a rosé and red.
Can I try and make out what was in the vial?
It's really, really mixed up with that wine.
I'm gonna call Mars over and see if she can have better luck with it, because I know she's really good with that kind of thing.
Mars, you can go ahead and make me an investigation roll there.
16.
And don't forget, you guys all have 1 point of inspiration.
Yay!
16.
16? Glancing down, the vial is really destroyed. But it looks very similar to a vial that you procured recently. You can't pull anything out of there. The wine bottle that shattered next to it has coated too much red wine into it. But it's the exact same type of vial that you purchased at the market back in Selene.
So that at least gives me the idea that it was a
There could have been a poison involved, yeah. So as they're doing that, Malia, what are you doing?
Well, I guess I'll go over and investigate the body then.
Okay. Would you like to use investigation or medicine?
Medicine.
Medicine? Okay.
Yeah, it has a better roll. $25.
Holy shit.
I add 9. It's a wisdom skill.
Looking at the body, you can see that it's been stabbed 7, maybe 8 times. Very wildly. Most of the stabs are between the throat and the abdomen. Looks like they were coming down from an upward angle, but what really surprises you is how little blood there is. I mean, the body is laying in a pool of its own blood, and the mattress is soaked, but looking around, some of these strikes, one of them nicked the artery of the throat.
Quartered?
Yeah. And yet, there's not very much blood splatter on the wall. You see Malia leaning over the body, probably doing a couple of fake stab motions with her hand. Just kind of looking around. And sure enough, from that stab that would have gone down through the artery, there is a little bit of spray on the wall, but it's more splatter than spray, like shaking a paintbrush dry. You know for with a 25, without a shadow of a doubt, that should have sprayed all over the place. In fact, you're fairly certain that he was probably either dead. He was probably dead when he was stabbed, or very close to it. His heart rate would have had to have been very, very slow for this amount of blood to not be on the walls.
And it probably makes sense with where the blood is versus where he's laying.
Well, with so much blood in the bed, I guess, can I roll them to see if there's any stab wounds in the back?
Yeah, you can roll them. I'll use the same medicine roll. There are puncture wounds that come through the front, but no stab wounds in the back.
Okay. Oh, but I guess if there's punctures, then as everything...
It looks like the knife that was used was very long and curved and probably stabbed through him into the bed.
Okay, so if he was already dead, it was potentially long enough that blood had pooled, so it would puncture out, but
And just
not come spray out.
yeah, that's what you gather.
Okay.
There was his heart was not pumping enough to have arterial spray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mars, as you're looking around, after basically what we're gonna do is after I'm gonna give each one of you are gonna have the chance to do an investigation, and then you can come back together with your data, and then we will go back out again so that everybody gets a turn like in a combat,
Okay.
because then everybody's useful.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, so you look at the body, roll it over as Mars and Zeno investigate next to it.
Oh, and also just assume that I'm saying all of this out loud.
Okay.
Because I don't want to have you tell us and then repeat it, because that
That's
just
fair.
slows everything down and is boring.
Yeah.
Okay. So she tells you that. What do you guys talk about?
I'll actually look at his hands and inside his mouth.
Okay. You can go ahead and make me a perception or investigation roll, depending on what you want to do.
Okay. Perception. Ooh, I'll do a perception roll because I actually rolled really well there. So it's gonna be at a 19.
Okay. Just one moment, please, while I look.
So I'm looking at fingernails, hands, and then as if she goes into his mouth and takes a whiff and looks around his tongue and his teeth.
Okay. So, looking at him. The blood is drained away, but you can see that his fingertips are actually almost black. You have no idea what that means necessarily, but his fingertips are really dark, particularly bluish. As you check his mouth, you can see that there's a slight coating on the inside of it. But more than anything, he's very pale, and yet you can see the bluish outline of veins around his lips. And strangely enough, around his ears, the thinner the skin is, the more you can see the capillaries, or capillaries, depending on where you're from, kind of dark through the skin. Clear signs of poisoning.
I'll point that out to Malia.
Okay. Who is going to act next?
I guess I'll maybe act on what she said and
Okay. So go ahead and
medicine.
make me a medicine roll.
To maybe recognize what type of poison does that.
Absolutely. And with Mars helping you, you can roll that with advantage.
Sure.
Because Mars knows her poisons.
Not better than my original roll. 28.
Jesus.
I rolled a 19.
So, looking at this, it's actually pretty easy to suss out. The poison that he was given is, you can actually see a little bit of it staining his fingertips. It's like the blood stopped flowing to his extremities and pooled in his veins.
Disgusting.
A quick whiff of his lips, and you'll be able to tell it's a slightly sickly sweet scent. It's very subtle and smells slightly like grape. You'll both be able to recognize it immediately as a poison called torpor. Mars will be able to fill you in on the details, but Mars, do you want me to read what it does?
Yeah, go for it.
It's an ingested poison. A creature subjected to this poison must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution save or become poisoned for up to a day. While poisoned, they are incapacitated. It slows your heart
Okay.
rate enough that if it doesn't, and it can kill you, by the way. Like, it can just stop your
So
heart if you
not
have too much.
something he would take recreationally.
No.
Probably not for fun, no. In fact, this is basically a far more extravagant version of drow poison.
Okay.
However, Tia and Zeno, if one of you would like to use your action, you can make me a history roll.
Okay.
I can try.
20.
Weird it would be on
Never
his
mind.
fingertips.
Zeno, when they say torpor out loud, you will shudder a little. Torpor is a particularly virulent poison that is used in order to assassinate dignitaries.
I got a 16.
16? So, you have heard of it as well.
Mm.
Don't know how you're going to communicate that as a dog, but maybe you'll just be like,
At least it means she's kind of on the same page, somewhat.
True.
but torpor is notorious in the underworld.
Okay.
So we don't have the murder weapon. It's
You
not
do not
here,
You do not.
and it's not in its.
It is not in the sarcophagus as far as you can tell. All right.
He is
So-
gonna head back into the hallway and start sniffing out all the doors just to get identified, familiar with everyone's scents.
You can easily do that. All right.
Then if they show up somewhere, she can just be like, "Hey, wait a second," even if she's not looking for them.
Well, they're all in their rooms right now. So,
Yeah. Well, they would have been. It would be stronger around their doors.
yes.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Well, it'd be closer to them than anywhere else, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so you make yourself accustomed and come back into the room.
Mhm.
So you share the information. Where do you go next?
She is gonna shift over to the bathroom and see if there's anything there.
Okay.
If it's closed, she will paw at the door and whimper.
Okay. The
And
door
bark.
is actually ajar.
No, well, she's gonna nose her way in.
All right. You will immediately get the scent of blood.
Okay. Woof.
All right. And you will go ahead and make me a perception or investigation roll.
Will be perception. If it is scent-based, then it is with
is.
advantage.
Yes, it is.
Excellent. That's gonna be a 25.
Now, the royal suites of these areas have quite extravagant pumps for their sinks. You can see that there is, you'll have to basically like hop up on your hind legs to look.
Yeah.
The sink is this beautiful porcelain number with a soft little like almost like a well pump at the back of it, like a little you saw it in Farah's room. It's a little lever that you pump a few times and it pulls up about a liter of water when you do it. The sink is coated with pink.
Ah, okay. Woof. If no one comes over, she's going back out and she's gonna headbutt people in the leg.
I will
She's larger than Charlie.
I will come find out what our dog is whooping about.
All right. You head into the washroom and you can see that the sink is coated in blood. The bathtub appears fairly clean. The toilet appears clean as well. But the sink is coated in blood. What would you like to do, Zeno?
I will do an investigation to see if what does it look like somebody was like over the sink and bleeding out into it or what? So
Sure. Go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
that's going to be a 24.
24. All right. So you are going to see that it honestly looks like someone washing blood off their hands.
Okay.
The bar of soap that is next to the sink is coated in pink lather. But as you look around, your eyesight, the little bit of light coming in through the window and your low light vision, you're going to see that something is glittering in the sinkhole, in the drain.
Ooh, can I try and get it out?
You absolutely can. Your fingers are long enough that you are going to fish out a very simple silver and white gold band that has kind of entwining vines.
Have I seen anybody on the cruise wearing that?
Make me an intelligence roll. Let's see if you remember.
Inspiration. That's more like it. Just a base intelligence roll.
Just a base intelligence roll, see if you can remember.
18.
18? The elven craftsmanship. It looks like the type of jewelry that you saw Emerald wearing.
Oh. Okay.
All right, back in the other room. Mars and Malia, what are you doing? Now, you can either make, if you're investigating the body, medicine is an option, but the rest of the time you can make perception or investigation rolls, or tell me what you're investigating, and there may be other options.
I want to go look a bit more at the sarcophagus for anything else I might have missed.
Okay.
$22.
22. Is this perception?
Yes.
Okay. It smells very old. And as you approach, you'll actually notice that the air next to the sarcophagus is colder than anywhere else in the room. It is bleeding cold air. And as you approach, you'll actually notice your breath before anything else. There's something magical about this sarcophagus. You don't know if it's related to this at all, but this is definitely something that's going to catch your attention.
Hey, Malia.
Yeah?
Do you think that the possibility of the sarcophagus being opened released a curse?
I mean, potentially.
Because come here and feel this.
I will go examine it. Arcana?
Sure.
20.
20.
Unnatural.
Looking at the side of it, you can see that there are quite a number of runes carved into the sarcophagus that you don't necessarily... I don't believe you speak... what do you speak? You speak Dwarven, Celestial...
Dwarven, Common, and Celestial.
So there are some Celestial things that are Celestial runes that are branded in here that are things like warning, danger, beware, retribution. There's a good chance that whatever is inside of here is cursed or is warning of a curse of something there. Looking at...
either potentially sarcophagus and contents, or maybe that sword that's not there that we've been told about.
I think it was broken out of the fingers, and that's why they're all snapped.
And Mars, you can definitely confirm that with that roll. It looks like the fingers had been broken to pry that knife out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're looking around, you're going to notice that the inside of the sarcophagus is quite dusty. Looks like from transport or moving the body around, the mummified body has deteriorated significantly. And are you reaching inside at all?
Mm-hmm.
As you do, a little plume of ash and dust is going to come up toward you, and you'll have to wave it away to stop breathing it in. And that is when you're going to notice there is a bit of dust on top of the sarcophagus itself. A little, like a sprinkle of dust. As if someone set something on top of the sarcophagus from within it. It's an area about this long.
From inside?
On top of it, yeah. It vaguely cylindrical. Like, it looks like a section of dust about this long. About the same size and shape as a dagger.
Malia.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll point to it.
Aye, that looks like they pried the dagger out of that dead hand and put it down while maybe they stood back up.
Hmm.
And Mally, as a cleric, this might not be a big deal to Mars looking at this, but like this is actually turning your stomach a bit the way that they probably treated this body.
Mm-hmm.
This is religious desecration.
Yeah, this is hitting all my little archaeologist, anthropologist tags.
I think they said that the name of this body was Yasef.
Nez Xenophis.
Blah, 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 blah. Does that ring any bells?
Can I do a history roll? Maybe I
Alright, so
learned
you
about
all-
it in
Yeah.
school.
You all
I probably
recombine
don't
into the
know.
main room. Sure. So if anybody would like to, you can make a history roll with disadvantage. Since you're not from
Sure.
this area.
Sure.
Tia gets a nat 20 as a dog.
No, I get a 10.
Okay.
I got a 10 as well.
Okay.
Managed to get 15.
15? And Mars, what'd you get?
Oh, I didn't roll.
Okay. So Malia, you've heard that Nesanophis was a priest king who ruled over Apache probably about 900 years ago. 800, 700, something like that. He was a wizard. He was responsible for constructing some very, very large walls to keep out the Desert of Living Sand down on the south side of Apache. Basically, he was known for his construction projects more than anything.
Okay.
Oop.
Oh. Oh boy. I see what happened.
Oh, I see what happened as well.
Oh, wow.
Whoop. There we go.
What happened?
I think
Ah.
the wine hit.
The chat just popped out. It's fine. There we
Um,
go. All right. So, looking around, you'll know that.
Okay.
Now, with Tia's
Interesting.
actively searching for various scents, does any of them, the ones from the other people in this section, are any of them popping out at her in this area?
Scent-wise,
Yeah. Like,
actually, you are going to smell. Smelling around this room, you are going to smell.
Mhm.
Every single one of the other ones.
yeah, but some of them should be more covered up and faded based on if someone came in more recently, I would assume. And I will do an investigation with the Ends of my inspiration for advantage.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Sure. Is there a particular scent that you want to focus on?
I'm trying to find whichever one is seems to be the strongest or most recent. Or
Okay.
strongest and most recent.
Okay. Most
Um,
recent.
Yeah. Now, the knife, did they pull it out or is it still in the
It
sarcophagus?
is not anywhere in the room that you've seen so far.
No, but what they were pointing, that was like an empty spot where it would have been? Or, I
Yes.
just couldn't quite. Okay.
So basically, the body was deteriorated enough that it left a trail when it was pulled out,
Okay, gotcha.
when the knife was pulled out, and they probably set it on top of the container, so it had been laying there for a while.
Okay. And it seems to be the right shape for what you're describing?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. Just making sure.
No, it's okay.
I'm on the same page. So investigation is going to be a 17.
Smelling around for the most recent thing, there's a bit of smell.
Especially between, like, the bed, sarcophagus, and the bathroom.
What's going to actually catch your attention most is not from that direction. It's a combination of smell and sound. You're going to hear... And that's when you're going to notice that there on the other side of the bed, the window is cracked.
Oh.
It's almost shut, but the latch can only be latched from the inside.
I see.
As you're going to approach, you're going to smell a very strong scent.
Mm-hmm.
One that the most recent one here is in... It smells like a halfling.
Mm.
It smells like the slight scent of Grim and Glenfellow.
Would have to be small to make it through the window, I think.
It would have to be very small.
Interesting.
You sniff over and are going to show that there is a scent trail there between the window on the right and number 2.
So it goes to, like...
The foot of the bed.
Yeah.
And the dresser over to the window.
So the window on the right-hand side there.
Yes. All right. Are you going to address people to it?
Yeah, she's gonna actually, if she thinks that she's found everything she can in this shape, she'll shift back.
Shift back. All right. Is anybody going to approach?
But
it's all out.
Before Tia shifts, actually, I had a thing that I wanted to do while she was a dog.
Okay.
I'm going to hold out the ring that I pulled out of the sink down and ask her to sniff it.
Okay. You can sniff
Probably too faded if it was in the sink with soap, but I'll try.
You can do it with a straight roll, no advantage, no disadvantage.
Is this...
It's scent related, but you would have disadvantage on this normally because of how washed it is, so it'll cancel out to stay standard.
So I'm adding int or wisdom?
Oh, you're adding wisdom.
Okay. That's what I needed to know.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were asking whether or not you got your advantage. I'm like, no.
No, because the thing is my int is +1 and my wisdom's +3. So it's going to be a 10.
Okay.
10? Probably not enough. Total. Yeah.
I mean, you sniff at it. You smell soap and blood.
Yeah.
But you can also look at it and see that you don't think there's anybody else in these compartments who would wear this.
Yeah. Unless it was being stolen.
That's what I was thinking.
That too.
That's what Zeno was thinking.
But no, I don't know if Tia was filled in on the Grimmin being a ex-thief.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you spoke about that during dinner. So.
All right. So you shapeshift back up after sniffing that?
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. It smells like blood and it smells like soap.
All right. Is anyone else going to investigate the area that Tia's at?
I'm gonna pointedly explain. Smells like halfling. It looks like this area. Check the window.
Okay.
Someone with keener senses than me.
Sure.
A keener eye.
Well, I mean, the halfling was a thief, so.
Let's see.
That is a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Was this perception or investigation?
It was investigation, so that would have been like 23.
So looking over by the window, you can see that it looks like it had been, jimmied from the outside. You can see the telltale scratch marks, but it looks like it hadn't been able to be locked, or maybe it had come unlocked from the inside since.
Mm-hmm.
It had almost latched again. Almost.
But just not quite.
Not quite.
So they came in and out through the window.
You can see that there's traces of sand in the carpet here. Around the bed as well. But
what do I see if I look out the window?
You will see the side of the boat, and also along the little finger deep railing
Mhm.
above hand, which Zeno asked about last session. And there's a slight platform of about 4 inches beneath the window that
Mhm.
runs the length of the ship. There's one of those steel cables, probably for window cleaning work.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been able to hold on and not fall overboard.
Yeah.
And he
But
had
it
a harness earlier in the day. Could have just nicked it.
And as you're looking around with that nat 20, you're also going to find that there is a significant amount of sand at the base of the dresser. It looks like there's a boot print inside of the dresser.
Does anyone want to take a look at that?
Oh, if it gets pointed out, I will. Yeah.
Sure. Now the dresser itself is quite large, more of like a double-doored armoire than anything, and it had a bunch of hanging clothes in it, mostly robes and things like that. What'd you get, Zeno?
15.
15? Honestly, it's all been knocked over. It's kind of reminds you of a kid playing hide and seek.
So it
So
looks like there might have been somebody inside it.
Yeah, you'd have to be small to fit in here.
Maybe
Halfling size.
Halfling would definitely fit inside of there.
It's at this moment that I'll mention that I saw a halfling down in the market. Where I was.
You saw Jeffrey down in the market.
Was it not him? Was he not a halfling?
No, he was
Jeffrey's
human.
Jeffrey's his assistant.
Okay, then never mind. I don't redacted.
All right. Redacted.
Redacted.
Yeah.
Molly,
well,
what do you do?
Yeah.
I'll go investigate that little desk area. See if there's anything interesting in papers or whatnot.
All right. So go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
$19.
19, fantastic. As you are looking through them, you'll see that there are quite a few bills of sale. It looks like you can definitely tell that there's a code involved, but you can't crack most of it. But what you'll notice for sure that you can understand is several letters penned by someone referring to themselves. It looks like they're from Umir, or from the Umir. They're letters that were written within the past couple of months, requesting that Deaton Van S return the body of his ancestor. And some of them they start off very cordial. I understand that you bought salvage rights to the tomb. Seeing as the territorial lines have changed, however, I understand as well, I hope we understand each other as gentlemen, that ancestry is more important than the shifting lines of bureaucracy and government. Just because his tomb is no longer in my land does not mean that it does not belong to me, and I hope that you can make some type of find it in your heart to return him to me. I will do my best to make it worth your while. A couple of letters later, I have not heard a response from you yet. And then a final one that says, if you do not respond to me, I will be forced to take drastic action. Do not test me.
Okay, well, we kind of already knew that.
Mm-hmm. And then, so what did you get on your roll again? You got was it a 15?
For who?
19.
19. Okay. So you're checking the desk. So that is strewn about there. You will also find that kind of squirreled underneath the desk, in the back corner among some luggage that had just been pushed out of the way, is a bag containing 100 gold pieces. And these are local coins. In fact, it's the sigils on the coins are pressed with some of the markings that are on the sarcophagus, which lead you to believe that they're probably from the same province.
Cursed gold too, maybe?
Potentially.
I know a thing or two about cursed gold.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it back down.
Okay. All right. Has anybody not acted this turn? All right. So reconvening and expressing some things.
I guess the next thing to do is to round up everyone that's still on the ship.
Well, in this section.
Yeah. That I had access to in here.
Ooh, we get to check their alibis.
Yeah.
Ooh. And they're all gonna say I was in my room.
Absolutely. Except one of them.
Yes. Who has zone of truth.
They still get a save against that, but yes. But you know if they fail or succeed.
Yes, and they can, like, not necessarily, like, answer the question. It won't show that.
Mm-hmm.
So if they dance around it, it won't show up.
They're very clever about it.
All right, so I'm just going to check in with you guys real quick. It's about 10 o'clock. Are you still good for this? I don't want to lose momentum.
I have a feeling we're going to need to do this later, because
Yeah.
I'm fading a little bit too. Like, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like,
I'm
I don't
finding
know.
it really hard to focus.
Okay. I'd
Yeah.
like you guys to be
I'm
all
starting
on
to
your...
zone out a
That's
bit,
fair.
which
I noticed
and then
you were
having to
starting
pull
to get
myself
glazed.
back.
And for anybody who was saying in the chat, oh, we see behind the curtain, it's because Zoom, I checked a chat message that Christine had said saying that she was feeling kind of tired.
I'm taking fairly detailed notes.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So,
seeing as much as you could around the room, you prepare to call your first witness. Probably closing the curtain on the body. Do you have gentle repose, Christine? Does Malia?
I don't know what that one is.
It prevents a body from rotting. It's a pretty useful... I know that necromancers have it. I think that clerics get it as well. It also prevents things being raised as zombies, I believe. And there's also Speak with Dead, which is really useful. Hey, who killed you?
Who do you think killed you is very different, though. Because
That's how you get it.
I mean, well, no, because it depends on how they do it. Like, if it sees just what they see, they might have a different idea. If it tells the exact truth of this is who did it, then there's no way to dance around it. Or if they didn't see who did it.
All right. So
If poison was involved, though, I would think that by shock of it being forced, they might have opened their eyes enough to see that they were being poisoned.
There are a lot of questions that you have, so make sure to jot these down for next time.
Yeah.
So you gather your clues and you prepare to call in your first suspects.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to call game there then, to give you guys a little bit of time to breathe and come in with your A game. So
Sounds
thank you very
good.
much for tuning into an episode of Generic Fantasy Setting number 17735. Next episode, they will hopefully discover Whodunnit, and will continue on their quest toward Capsudet. All right, so hope you had a good time. We will see you again. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
And thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking for more D&D fun, we will be back this weekend on Saturday with the Curse of Strahd.
Yeah.
Get my sequence mixed up. And Sunday with It's Always Magical in Fandelia. So hopefully we'll see you there. Those games are going to be ridiculous. Oh god, I have to write those games. So I will see you guys in the next video. Wait, no, that's what I do for my Splits Place. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
We'll see
Bye.
you later.
We will.
Yeah.
It's true.
You'll see us.
You'll see us, unless we see you, punks. In which case, your webcam's doing something weird.
Yeah.